is Johan Ribot, and he joins me now.
Johan Ribot, founder of Sneak Peek Universe. Welcome back to the show.
At the end of the day, we all come together at Sneak Peek.
On est au Sneak Peek Montréal, la convention de sneakers la plus hype à Montréal.
On s'en va au Sneak Peek, un événement organisé par mon bon ami Johan ici.
Ouais.
My man Johan holding it down at Sneak Peek Montreal.
Today's Sneak Peek event by Johan Ribot.
Je suis avec l'organisateur de la Sneak Peek, Johan.
Events like Sneak Peek bring the community together. Johan Ribot has been organizing the sneaker convention for 3 years.
My name's Johan Ribot.
And what do you do today?
I'm the organizer and founder of Sneak Peek MCL. It's our first show.
You are watching the Sneak Peek podcast.
They want exposure. My good friend Owen Osinde. Culture brought everybody together. Have you ever tried something for the first time and it ended up being one of the best decisions of your life? Here's a story of how I ended up founding one of the biggest sneaker conventions in Canada at the age of 18 with no business experience or knowledge. Since I was 13 years old, I was super into sneakers. I was constantly buying, selling, trading, you name it. But one day, my first year of college, I realized that there was no sneaker events happening in my city of Montreal, Quebec. And there was this huge gap that needed to be filled. And I felt like it was my duty to fill that gap. There were thousands of sneakerheads in my city, but nowhere for them to celebrate. I started having this fantasy in my head of creating an event where like-minded people could buy, sell, and trade sneakers and network and do these things that made them happy, things that I wanted to do, but it just didn't exist. That's where the idea came from. I really just realized that there was nothing going on, and instead of kind of waiting for it to happen, I decided to just create it. I even made a fake flyer with a random date and address just for fun. After some more daydream, some more pondering in class, some more thinking, talking to my friends, I realized that this is actually a really possible idea. So I got to work. But wait, what would I call it? I started brainstorming. Sneak Freaks? Sneaker Preview? I was in the car with my dad one day and he goes, "What about Sneak Peek?" I go, "How do you spell that? With 2 E's at the end or an E and an A?" He goes, 2 E's. And then it hit me. Sneak Peek with E and A for height, the ultimate name to describe an experience that represents luxury, height, prestige, limited edition. It was like a train hit me in the head. So that's how I came up with the name. Once I had a name, I went to my college. I had a meeting with my college director. I said, "Listen, I want to host this sneaker event in your gym. I don't know how many people are going to show up, but I want to host it." He said, "Yes, of course." I actually have it in email. He said, "I will reserve the room for you, no problem." I said, "Okay, cool." A month before the event, he's not answering my emails. So I go to his office and I go, "Hey man, what about everything we spoke about? You're not answering my emails, you're not responding to my calls. Am I still hosting the event at your gym?" And he goes, "Oh, nah, sorry. I don't want Dawson to be associated with aftermarket reselling, sneakers, hip hop, basketball. I don't like that type of crowd." What? What do you mean that type of crowd? He was a very old Italian man. His nationality doesn't matter, but he was an old man with clearly an old mindset, and he didn't like urban culture, which was primarily black people that created that culture. He didn't want those type of people at Dawson, which is the most racist encounter I've ever had. When he said those words to me though, I was like, wow, this is first-hand racism right in front of my eyes. And I just stood up and I walked out and I started calling other venues to host my event. I called a bunch of venues around downtown Montreal until I eventually found the perfect one. It was a really, really big room and part of me wasn't sure if I was able to fill it up with people. I made a flyer, I promoted the event on social media, I sold tables to sneaker sellers, local brands and artists, I hired cameramen, I got sponsors, I got products to give away in raffle, I assembled a team to run the show. I got so many more things done behind the scenes. It's insane. I can't even tell you everything that I did, but although it sounds like a lot of work, it never felt like work because number one, this was all super new to me and super exciting. And I loved doing it, so none of it ever felt like work. You know, it excited me because at one point this was nothing but a thought, and this really fused my passions of sneakers and business. The date finally came, and I hosted my first ever event on March 4th, 2017. Honestly, the morning of, I was pretty nervous, but what was waiting for me at that door was pure insanity. And I really had no reason to be nervous. There was a line out of the door, vendor tables were sold out, everything was running smoothly. I couldn't believe that only 5 months ago I was designing a fake flyer out of pure boredom in biology class, and now there was over 500 people celebrating sneaker culture because of me. The moral of the story is that you can know that your dreams are achievable. You can know that your aspirations are achievable. You can know that they require tons and tons of work, and you can know the exact plan required to achieve those dreams, right? But you can never know that your dreams are worth it until you try, until you put in that work, until you're committed and dedicated and you're already on your way. Then you'll know if it's worth it. So you have to start, right? The only way to know that it's worth it is if you start. So I challenge you guys today. Start today. Start with step 1. What is the easiest step that you can take in the forward direction towards your dreams? Alright guys? Let me know in the comments what your dreams are, and I will answer you, and maybe I can suggest the best plan of action, the best first step towards your goal. Alright guys? Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.